line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
Are the place where the toughest drivers will come to race from far and wide. But just who are we? We are the Pit Stall Racing Series.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they start their sim racing journey. Well, I searched high and low for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
What better place to get your personalized hats, shirts, koozies with a quick turnaround on shipping all over the U.S. than the Green Door General Store? Be sure to follow us on Facebook to place orders and get specials today from the Green Door General Store.
Redline Motorsports Media can help you fulfill all of your motorsports industry photography and videography needs. Contact Redline Motorsports Media, where everything we do is driven by you.
This is not just any race, ladies and gentlemen. This is Talladega. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here live on Pete Dreams TV. We are presenting you the ButtKicker 50 here at Talladega Superspeedway, presented in part by our friends at the ButtKicker Company, the Pit Stall Racing Series, Redline Motorsports Media, the Green Door General Store, Ford Entertainment Group, CustomPC.com, Gainz Fitness Incorporated, Lightning Wrapz, and Shriver Twisted Creations. Very big thank you to all those coming out and participating in the show today. It is a wild one today, and it's a hot one at Talladega with 23 drivers coming to the show, coming to the track. Only one real big thing left to do. That's find out who is our starting lineup today. Presented in part by Redline Motorsports Media. Your starting lineup will show the 51 of Jeffrey Vickery. With on the pole, the outside, the 99, it is Wally Babb. Row number 2, and then number 20 is Jeff Oaks, the Old Oak, and the outside, and the 11 is Bobby Anderson. Row 3 is Dalton McKinney, and the 46 with his outside, and the 00, Chris Littrell. Row number 4 is Sean Long, and the 98, the outside, and the 84 is Matthew Hoffer. Row number 5 is going to be Jason Brand, the 55, the outside, and the 27, Corey Reed. Row number 6 and the 76, Mike Wright out the outside, and the 54, Jason Karaki. Row number 8, it is the 95, Robert Warrens, the outside, and the 21, the Rattlesnake, Robert Kahn. Row number 9 is the 90, Dennis Warrens, the outside, and the 66, Corey Stahl. Row number 10 will be the 10 of Jason Henry, the outside, and the 8, Jeffrey Radke. Row number 11 is the 5 of Chantel, the Throttle Bottle, and the 15 of Jordan Darnell, with the 87 of Kevin Baker rounding out your field today. Safe to say your field drivers right now are getting ready to show up the ships, show up the speeds, see what they can bring down to the track here as we're going to reel them on down. Everybody is now set for the action, set for the paces. Michael Bollinger says, wish I could be there. You already were there, Michael. You got the fun experience where I got to have the time over here in the broadcast booth. David Sullivan says, the one and only, hashtag Stall Army. And then Ania Johnson says, hey, Wally down there. Thank you all so much for watching and coming on board today to watch your favorite drivers go out of here. New damage model in the trucks, which means if you wreck, well, let's just say you best hope you figure out a way to get to pit road, because otherwise you may not have any front tires to use to even get over there. These trucks looking fine, prestige, and clean as can be, but will they be looking that way after 50 laps? We will certainly find out. Rolling them down to the front straightaway here. It is time at last to send them down to the green flag to the ButtKicker starting zone. Green drops. Let's get racing for the ButtKicker 50. Racky and Con, by the way, they want to start in the back of the pack here due to some shenanigans they had in New Hampshire last week. So, Yak want to play in the doghouse. They're going to have to go into that doghouse eventually. And they are going straight back from the pack. They have to drive their way up to the front. As they lay him down right off the back right over here. All drivers right now trying to immediately get a bit of a grab, bit of a grip on the draft half here. back of the half will certainly be starting to really close in and sharp chipping away. Pumping and pushing is going to be the name of this one here today. Rolling our way right off down to that front straightaway. A little bit of a different sound too, you may have noticed here. Only when you get them a little bit farther away from one another though. Still sounds like that famous little roar of a truck, if you will, when you're inside that cockpit, I'll tell you that much. Feel gonna bring them strong back in between here. Everyone right now just doing their best to stay in control and stay relatively safe of the carnage. Not so easy here. White's a little there off of the back half there. Jason Cracky, the 54 right now, trying to be a little crikey down there, a little bit crazy. He's got a little bit of help from the 12 Shane Ledoux here, trying to build a little bit of run down there. The boomer boxes, the boomers button box. There were 54. It's kind of keeping with the TLM Midnight Motorsports there of Ledoux. As they continue to get 3 wide and out, Bustin' Sonaker, Old Sparky, trying to somewhat stay out of trouble, stay relatively in a clean zone. Gapped off to the front. Victory moving right in there with McKinney and Babb now working their way up to all drivers right now being very conservative. But others, well, they're just looking to drive the wheels off these things. Vickery, McKinney, Babb, Hoax, Long, Brent, all of them kind of hanging back a little bit, trying to stay out of trouble for the most part. The 27 there, Corey Reed driving down back low here, looking to shoot through the gap. Got to run off that. He'll throw it to Lorel, and Lorel not able to stay with him. Now here comes the 95. Robert Warrens just simply trapped and through traffic and running it right into the gaps. All these drivers know early on they've got to be very careful not to get too out of the ordinary and too out of control zone. Focus is an absolute must down there, especially when you're going this far into the speed and into unfamiliar territory, which is the dangers you lay in wait with. Guys like Jordan Darnell, Jeffrey Radke, Robert Kahn, and Chantal Final hanging back there with Corey Stahl and Cracky now lowering back in. Kevin Baker, Jason Henry. Really trying to stay away from the drafters and stay away from the Packers here, but everyone going up toward the front. They are currently in that big single filed up draft. I think overwhelmingly here, the biggest challenge I'm seeing and they're facing off against is just keeping themselves kind of not from being hamstrung here in the early going. Kind of let the truck kind of settle in and kind of settle down a little bit and see what happens from there as we're on board with Bobby Anderson. The son of a digger, number 11 right now, looking to just try to stay relatively up in that top 10 pack, preferably I would say, but you can see the draft line has now become a full-on train. Kind of rolling them down off the exits here. Everyone's still pretty conservative and pretty clear where they want to gap up. Again, the stage break is coming up soon, but it looks like some drivers maybe getting a little tired of waiting around. Looks like Bobby Anderson and Robert Warren's already looking to muscle it down a little bit. Wide down off the salute, lights flickering and flashing from the sun there. The rays of green giving a little bit to those chromed up machines, as well as some of them that are a little bit more dulled in the paints, lightening them up a little bit. David Sullivan says, here we go, hashtag Mario Boards. Okay, so he's saying, let's go. Let's go to the front. And Mount McKinney, the McDingers 46, looking pretty good up there. It's getting some good runs and some good drive off, but he's got the 98 and the 99 down there fighting. Wybad, by the way, still winless this season. Looking to try to change that. And if he was going to do it, why not do it on the track that he got really his only win on this last season? He actually got Talladega at Victory Lane in Perez Park, and he was pretty much from there looking to claim a season championship. Him and Jeff Oakes were certainly one of the main caliber drivers that could do it, but this go it would belong to Jeff Racky. This still is a whole different dynamic there. These drivers have got to figure out how to scratch and claw every little bit of piece out of the machines here and get some speed out the drives. Don't get too careful and don't get too careless where you're at. Running back down here, a little 3-wide salute action in between. Everyone kind of mixing it up a little. As looks like McDinger's 46 there. Once again going up high side. McKinney again with the lead this race. But that will bring us to our caution. Stage caution is out on the track. Everybody got to back down a little bit. Time to slow up, guys. Easy does her. Well, Jeffrey Vickery scored on the competition caution break there as your winner. So Vickery already putting himself right where he needs to. But again, we are just merely 1/5 all the way done with this one, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, oh, there is plenty more to cover here on Pizza Racing TV.
Pelham Racing League Season 10 has been brought to you in part by our friends at the ButtKicker Company. Best in performance for feeling real tracks in the virtual world. The ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. By the Pit Stall Racing Series. With exciting action Monday and Thursday nights, this community is the best place to get your sim racing fix. By Redline Motorsports Media. Everything we do is driven by you. By the Green Door General Store. There's no better place to get your custom Richardson hats, personalized shirts, koozies, and more with a quick turnaround time shipping all over the U.S. than the Green Door General Store. Visit us up on Facebook for specials and to place orders today. By FEGCustomPC.com. High quality PCs at such an affordable price. FEGCustomPC.com is the perfect site to get you the best PC at the right price. By Gainz Fitness Inc. By Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wrapz is looking to bring you the best designs in your library. By Shriver Twisted Creations, twisted mind, sweet design.
When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz. Get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
Redline Motorsports Media can help you fulfill all of your motorsports industry photography and videography needs. Contact Redline Motorsports Media, where everything we do is driven by you.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
What better place to get your personalized hats, shirts, koozies with a quick turnaround on shipping all over the U.S. than the Green Door General Store? Be sure to follow us on Facebook to place orders and get specials today from the Green Door General Store. We are the place where the toughest drivers will come to race from far and wide. But just who are we? We are the Pit Stall Racing Series.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here live on the Pizza Racing TV, and well, our old friend and colleague here has joined us back here. Michael Bollinger back on the call here with us, and Michael, you kind of missed the start there of a pretty little start there. These drivers are getting pretty hectic out of the gate. A little 3-wide salute back in there.
Yeah, I wish I could have been here for the start, but as it has so happened, I ended up getting stuck in some fan traffic, getting back to their seats on my way up in to the box. So that's what kind of made me a little late here. But I'm just glad I was able to make it for the second restart. And it's going to be a fun one.
Well, back to the race in action here, and past the stage break, the competition cautions flew on out. That means the drivers are now ready to hit it up onto the track here. Should be interesting to see how they kind of fire these things off here from this point on, because now no breaks in between, no nothing. You race what you race.
Indeed. It's going to be a fun one. Normally, you would see it at Talladega at lap 60 and at lap 138. But as the lights are off on the pace car, we are getting ready to go back racing, as it is going to be Babb, Anderson, McKinney, Long, Oaks, as we're getting ready to go back to the pedal to the metal restart zone. And remember, this is in the trioval this time, not on turn 3-4 exit. As we are back underway at Talladega.
Well, right out of the gate.
As we have Babb starting to pull out of the gate right away, as you taking the words right out of my mouth.
I'm about to say, Babb taking the early lead there. McKinney kind of firing his way up on the inside lane there. Bobby Anderson not far back behind as well. Both drivers right now just trying to deal with the pressure on. 3 wide salute there between the back of the pack as the 55 Jason Brett, the 5 of Chantal Bottle, and the 21 of the Rattlesnake Rubber Con all maneuvering their way through as the field starts to halt, to heist up, and tries to find their run around the track.
But 3 wide can be quite dangerous this early in the race with not needing to be battling for position quite yet. Normally you'd see everyone wanting to go 3 wide towards like the final 10 laps of the race, all trying to jumble for position.
All depends on the mindset where you want to play it at. Con though for him, remember, yeah, he start from the very back of the entrance of the outhouse, so he's currently trying to dish everything he can up to the front while dealing with the pressure on from everyone else. Everyone getting a little bit wop-slided there, a little bit over the trails and over the top, but it seems like the driver is able to hang on to him A-OK. So now this really hinders down to who can really stay in control and start to fire up a little bit more.
Indeed, indeed. It looks like we have Khan with only a 2-truck line, as we do have a 3rd truck now trying to join the 3rd lane, where we can have a 3-way battle for the lead now is what it looks like. And yes, we have a 3-way battle for the lead.
Drivers getting a little bit closer in that middle from the triangle to that front straightaway. As you can see, Sean Long getting a little bit down, hinged up to the number 20 of Jeff Oaks. Yield over right now, having a little bit of pressure built up there from Derricks. He's trying just to stay out of the way now, leaving up some room for the 55 of Jason Brent swing in. They are now 4 or 5 deep in the 3 wide.
3 wides get crazy here at Talladega. That's where trouble tends to start happening at Talladega. As it happened. And speaking of trouble, there's some trouble.
There's a lot more than trouble. It's the big one.
Like I was talking about 3 wide. When they start getting 3 wide, that's when the trouble starts to happen, and that's how the big one happened yet again here at Talladega.
Well, while someone starts to get their mic out of the wind here, let's take a look at the replay here just for a second. Let's see what the heck happened here on that back half of turn number 3 presented by Lightning Wrapz. Well, looks like it was the 27 of Corey Reed that got the worst damage on that. You can see the new damage model being put to good use. Looks like he completely destroyed the front end of that thing out completely. Everyone else just massively hit on the track. Nothing they can do about it here. We'll take another look, see if I can get a good glimpse of who exactly
take a look
got
at
him.
it at our blimp cam, our aerial coverage cam.
Well, I just kind of did there, so we're trying now this new little footage, see if we can get a better look for him. And looks to me like the 27 was the one that came down. Currently, track officials reviewing that still. But it looks like to me the 27 Corey Reed was the one that got that started there.
It does look like, yeah, it did look like he tried getting loose. He got loose, tried to overprotect it, and then from there, trouble spewed.
No, I think what happened was he wasn't trying to protect it. I think he was trying to get the run and go with the boys, but then Lott knew he was going to lose ground. And instead he finds himself in towards the mad corners in the madhouse. So unfortunately, nothing he can do about it there. But he has been in pit road, and he's trying to get things fixed up down there.
As pit road is starting to get busy here on lap 17.
Don't surprise me none here. I think pretty much everybody's got to go into pit road to get this thing fixed up after that nasty little hit.
And it's race off pit road, and the 46 of Dalton McKinney wins the race off pit road.
Con will be second. Jeff Oaks going to be, Jeff Oaks will be second. Con will move back to third. Bobby Anderson fourth. Albert Ward's fifth. Chantal Bottle sixth. Corey Stahl seventh. Eighth. Jesse Henry. Ninth. Jeffrey Vickery. And Mike Rideout 10th. And Jason Henry even just said in the comment section that what a near miss. You're in the truck right now there, Jason, so I could only even imagine what you were seeing down there, sir.
And kids, don't be like Jason Henry, having his phone while driving 198 miles at 180 plus miles an hour. Don't be texting and driving in general.
So right now the field going to get squared back out onto the track here. Major damage there, unfortunately, for all drivers. Corey Reed especially. Again, he had to get a tow down there. Plus, he's got to serve an EOL. So that machine is completely destroyed up. But you can see the equipment is getting put on. He's just trying to get a fast repair on that 27. I don't know how long it will be before he can get back out on the track, but I guarantee it's probably going to be quite a while before he's able to finally reel it on the racetrack again.
So what's a little bit on this new damage model you were talking about?
So this new damage model was just released this week here on, I believe it was Tuesday night here, or Monday night I should say, either one of them. Actually, yeah, Tuesday night, excuse me. So what happened is that we have now got a little bit more of a realistic damage in terms of the front of the nose can be sheared right off. The hood can be destroyed off. The wheels, both wheels for that matter of fact, can be sheared off the truck if you get too aggressive and too smashed in the wall. Hitting that wall at any time will pretty much send your truck to kingdom come, and that's pretty much where you don't want to end up at. So drivers on this race in particular have probably the worst luck ever, because that means if they slam that wall, they get into something nasty, oh boy, they are not going to like it. They're going to regret it really, really quickly.
Yeah, even just having a little bit of scuffing the wall just a little bit could end your night could end your day at Talladega or Daytona.
Yeah, well,
not end it by putting you in the garage, but end it by putting you basically out of contention for the victory.
I would say if do more than just take you out of the garage, I think it would just take you completely out of the race entirely. But we'll have to see how these drivers fare and how they get themselves squared up. This is going to be another long little shootout here for these drivers. Definitely a lot at stake here.
As lights are off on the pace car, we're getting ready to go back green yet again, as it's going to be Oaks, Khan, Warnes, The Throttle, Chantel Paulo, and Mike Rideout. Round down to your top 5 on this restart. As we're making our way down the Talladega super stretch right now into turns 3 and 4.
I think right now Jeff Oaks probably having the advantage here, knows how to run these plate tracks, knows how to really hit these kind of speeds and these momentum-based ends. But for Khan, Pottle, and some others, they know a thing or two about having to use the bumpers and team and working a little bit of the draft package maggots here. But again, when it comes for that race win, no one will be left on that front more than whoever can keep the speed up, keep the momentum up. This track, honestly, is going to rotate a lot of drivers in terms of their scope, their prevalence, as well as their point system. So they know they cannot finish bad here. They have got to stay consistent and hope for a break here, but it's going to be very, very difficult when you get it all setting in.
And fans are on their feet. Pace car just pulled down pit lane. Drivers are in the triangle, and we are back underway as we're making our way through the pedal to metal restart zone. And one fact about Talladega for you fans at home is that instead of having the restart zone at turn 3-4 exit like you would be at Daytona, Talladega sister track, the restart zone is in the tri-oval, and the start finish line is going to be just before turns 1 and 2 at Talladega. So it makes this track a little more interesting than its sister track Daytona.
Well, we'll throw them off on the back straightaway here with everybody right now looking for some grip, looking for some position. Contention certainly is there. Nobody right now is out of the hunt. No one is out of the favorable positions. They only know one thing, which says go for the broke, go for the win. Khan, though, jumping it right ahead. Bottle pushing the 21 as far as she can here, trying to get some run. Usually it's Khan that pushes that 5, but in this case, Bottle with no choice. And Dustin Sonaker, Sparky right now making some critical moves here. He's gone 10 spots up. Not quite the 5's 19 spots up, but it certainly shows there is speed down there.
And you see these trucks weaving in and out like this when they're locked up like that. They're weaving in and out like that to get air to their radiator so they don't blow the engine. Because when they're locked up like that and they're getting no air to their engine, it's gonna make the engine temp skyrocket. So when you see them weaving in and out, they're doing that to warm up their tires, and not to warm up their tires, but get air in their radiator to keep their engine from blowing.
too often than not anymore. You see, though, Michael, a lot of drivers not quite coning that kind of craft, that kind of skill level. Usually a lot of them think that you can just simply drive it like you would on, like I say, a NASCAR Heat 4, Heat 5, or anything like NASCAR Ignition, where you can just basically lock it up and then just push it from there. This is a whole different dynamic, a whole different situation. You have got to be very clairvoyant, careful, and strategic on how much push goes to shove and how much run you can control in between. I think really that forces everyone to make crucial decisions at the right time in the right place. But we got to remind ourselves too, fuel saving, very big here, and it's going to be a very top priority for a lot of these drivers. They can only go so long before they need to fuel up. So those that stay in the back could be trying to at least stay away from venturing up too quickly or too far into the madness, but also could be trying to save just that little extra bit of gas.
Yeah, because right now with Robert Kahn and the number 2 of Dustin Stoneacre out on the front of their lines, they have their foot fully down to the metal, as we have Pottle and Jace and the 84 of Matthew Hopford just at half throttle, because they can still be running fast at half throttle and use less fuel since they're in the pack.
Well, right now those gaps starting to kind of dwindle up a little bit. Kahn, Bottle, Oaks right now, those are the 3 heavy hitters. Matthew Hopper, excuse me, and then Robert and Dennis Warren's down there currently working with the rest of the field, just trying to see what they can kind of come up with and what kind of designs they can really figure out here. Definitely a little bit of a communication system going on down there for these guys, and I think a lot of them probably trying to just stay away from getting too in the problematic zones and more in the controlled areas, but this is certainly a long road to keep and stay in it.
As right now we have Chantel Pottle and the 20 of Jeffrey Oaks battling for the lead right now, as we have the middle line right now starting to pull up a little bit, as the middle line just now went low, as we are still 3 wide down the Talladega super stretch right now.
I think the longer it goes too, I think it's more that's going to favor drivers of the veteran nature that know how to save the fuel, how to save the tires up, and then maybe those that are looking to kind of lock up and lock the horns in. You can see some of them already trying down there, the TLM guys in those schemes there. They are already planning out something. They're planning out some strategies. Dustin Stoneacre, it looks like an honorary TLM driver today, so, or at least in his mind he is, because he's trying to work that entire pack that has that little logo on it. That doesn't mean anything though. Again, you can play all you want, but at the same time, you can't figure out a way to get to the front. Good luck. And one of them for which is that 5, Chantel Throttle Pottle, the most winningest super speedway driver in all of PT Racing TV. Her numbers and stats are double what some boys would be singles, and where she's got laps led, she triples where most would only be in the double digits. She has been extremely tough to tame and extremely tough to beat on this kind of tracks racing. We'll see how she handles as we're getting further along.
Well, and the good part is too, she must be trying to keep her cool right now too, as she hasn't been to victory lane in a while, right?
Well, not in this league anyway, but the Pitstall Monday Night Series though, that you see on Tuesday nights, let's just say she's got a bit of a win streak right now. She's got 2 in a row, and she's looking to add on to it, but nevertheless, she's going to have to work a little harder in this race, because Oaks and Anderson jump the gun. They move them up to the front. Now the battle with victory intensifies here.
As we are back down to 2 wide, going back down the Talladega super stretch. As Chantel Pottle has lost a few spots, but that's good for fuel saving, because we still have good enough fuel right now. As the fuel window does look like it might be about maybe 17 laps, maybe.
I think honestly right now that kind of this kind of favors those that are kind of more towards the bottom line right now, because again, we look at what the pit stops did in that first go. They had to all pretty much get a little bit more control, a little bit more substantially set. Now it's all about just kind of dictating the pace, maneuvering through. That's Jeffrey Vickery now taking over the race lead here. So the strategy with those guys that were working hard already seem to be being put to good use already again.
As we are seeing a little bit more of a little bit of each. side-by-side racing. We have one truck trying to go 3 wide in the turns, and then we have some of the guys single file in the back of the field too. A little bit of everything here at Talladega right now.
Gotta love it. You gotta love seeing the absolute chaos and insanity that can come from Talladega. You can see him go 3 wide at one point. The next thing you know, you'll see him double it in at another, and the next thing you know, who even knows what the heck happens? You can see the big one. You can see a wild finish. All I know is I expect Talladega to bring us yet another crazy finish here to the line. That's what its memoir has been pretty much these last couple races, and I think this is what the drivers are counting on and planning on. So you look for them to really be trying to push their luck and push their limits to get to the front.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I had this race marked on my calendar ever since the schedule came out, because I know Talladega's known for the crazy finishes on the last lap or in overtime. Crazy finishes have always happened the last 2 years that I've witnessed.
Well, in iRacing and for PT Race TV, we've almost exclusively always had some kind of absolutely crazy, chaotic, insane moment happen in between, or a finish that just completely threw everyone's hard work and racing away. But that is what makes this racing so darn difficult, at the same time extremely fun to figure out and watch, because you just never know what you're gonna get. You never know what to expect. The only thing you can do, just sit back, grab the popcorn, and watch away.
Right now, it's a battle between the 54 of Kratky and the 51 of Vickery right now for the lead. But we have Vickery right now in the low line starting to pull away a little bit from the high line led by Kratky, but we do have a little bit more 3-wide action starting up again as we're entering the trioval right now.
Yeah, Robert Kahn, Dustin Sonaker, as well as now the returning Corey Reed, trying to get his lap back here, fighting with the other drivers here. Even Kevin Baker having a little go at it. He shifts the number 87 machine up a little bit, and I believe still looks like he's having a little bit of a glitch, if you will, in terms of figuring out how to get the paint scheme onto the truck. But nevertheless, at least he still has some kind of scheme on there, but he is currently just trying to stick with these guys and stick with these speeds here as everyone just continues to push along and hope for the best here.
As right now, it doesn't even look like the third line's doing anything right now, considering they don't really have any people helping them right now. But that's what you need at Superspeedway, is you need to have friends helping you. No friends wouldn't really be good. And pitting with the manufacturer group too is another thing too. You're a Toyota, you pit with Toyotas. You're a Chevy, you pit with Chevys. And you're a Ford, you want to pit with Fords. That way you guys can lock up better and get some speed going before you guys get lapped.
Well, I think always, I've said this before and I'll say this again, with these big super speedways and those really big tracks, I always said the Fords, in my opinion, have a necessary advantage here that really helps kind of guide them, if you will, in terms of what their scope and their speed can allow, what they can really bring up to the table. And I think that really, in my opinion, kind of sets the rest of them apart from the other drivers like the Toyotas and the Chevys. But again, only one Ford in this mix, and Sonaker on his own has shown that he can get some speed up and really drive up quickly to these guys. So I think honestly, if he can keep it going, he can dial up a bit, he may force a lot of drivers to be very careful on what and when they go for the big runs.
But it also doesn't matter who your manufacturer is. It just matters who's driving the car, how you drive the car, and leading the lap that counts.
Try telling that to the OEMs out there in terms of the real world and the virtual world.
But right now we still have the 51 of Vickery just starting to run away with it, but we have a new contender now, the 15.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of Jordan Darnell this season, but it looks like the Callahan, the number 15, is trying to get a little hallelujah in, because he is throwing some of that right now at Vickery. He's the only driver on that outside, and he's currently using a side draft bonus That victory has been trying to stick with it. Jeff Oaks now going to try to get the airflow to kind of sway around his truck as we got 18 laps left to go. Look at Oaks though. Big jump on the outside. Going for the 3 wide. Nearly contact between the 3.
And Oaks almost has a successful slingshot. As Oaks is now battling victory for the lead. As Jordan Donnell's taking second.
Everybody right now currently going for a single file pit stop. Oaks, though, he's got a different idea. He's going to try and play the very, very essence of pure insanity. He's going to try to go to pit road right as everyone else does and throw victory into a bit of a troublesome stop here. He knows he's going to be in a very tough place, but he needs to make this move and make it work. Question is, when he does go for it, will it work out in his favor? Some drivers going to pit stop now. Looks like Corey Reed, Evan Baker, and Dustin Slonaker all in. Oaks still side by side. Put that side skirt right to victory, and I think victory's getting a little bit scared down there.
Well, what they need to do is let Oaks get low with them where he can pit easier, because it's not easy pitting from the high line like that.
I mean, if I'm the other drivers right now, my first thought is not let anyone by me, or much less in front of me, much less behind me. All I'm focusing about is just trying to make sure I've got my spot, my angle, so I can make my move and my drive off. And speaking of drive off, look at Racky and McKinney now. Big chunk into the front, and they chug along. McKinney got it ahead of all of them. Oaks trying to do what he basically just did as we come off through turn number 4. A lot of drivers going to pit road. Let's see if they keep their noses clean. Braking hard. Oaks, hang on.
Oh!
Can he save it? Oh, he's going to be able to save it, but I think that might count as a speeding penalty, though, for going into pit road so fast. Those that stayed out are currently trying to muscle the gap off a bit.
And that's why you want to not heavy brake like that at these speedways, because that could really bite you in the bite when on your pit stops.
I don't even know how the heck he even saved that to begin with, let alone drove it off where he did. But man, give him credit where credit's due there.
And the pit window has been opened.
There are pit stops set. Racky, McKinney quickly in pits. Darnell driving it off right there with him. Everyone else coming in 4th. And it looks like that will be trying to get a number on whoever went down there around. I think that might be Jason Brent. Yeah, that is Jason Brent down there. He's the one that's gone down the front straightaway. Everybody else in the pit stop zone here. And I believe that this one should be enough to get them to the end here. We will have to see, but right now it's Vickery and Sean Long working hard together, trying to get something going. The pit stoppers are coming out. McKinney, Racky out first. Babb trying to avoid all of them and get settled back down. Darnell, Anderson, Stahl, Henry, and them getting right into the gas pedal. But here comes the other pack right in the mix. This is going to be a tough little spot for those going in and out of pit road.
Well, I was going to say, if we can look at laps since last pit, if it'll show the last pit stop, we could get a good look at how many laps these guys are able to run before they really need a pit.
Presented by the Green Door General Store. Here is your pit stop strategy link. 17 laps, 18 laps for some. So look at how many laps we got left there, Michael. I think they will be okay to finish this one out.
Indeed they will be. Unless we go to a green-white, unless you have a few green-white checkered overtime attempts, and that's what's really going to open up another fuel window. That's what these drivers should be thinking of as we start getting towards the end of the race. Pitting with like maybe 2 or 3 to go, just in case we do go to an overtime finish. I'll have fuel and have track position. But as a driver, I wouldn't want to be thinking that until that happens.
I mean, if I'm a driver right now, one thing I'd be thinking about is just trying to stay in control of my own journey here and making sure I got this thing lapped up where I want it to be. That's a big move to be trying to take, let alone trying to make off these kind of distance, these kind of corners. Certainly a lot of work to be had and a little bit to be done with.
Right now, things are still intense here at Talladega.
Well,
Trouble on pit stops, big wreck, We're seeing all about all of it here today.
Now all that's left is just basically the big drive off and the end gate portal here for these drivers to figure out the rest of this race.
As it looks like most of the field now is starting to get single file now. Just going for the long run at this point.
Kind of got it at this point here. You really don't have much left to use and don't have really much left to go for. So you're really just kind of planning on strategies and your timing here and see where this one takes you from there.
But if I was these guys towards about mid-pack, I would just start thinking about trying to go 3-watt, trying to start getting a second line to develop where you can try to have a shot at the lead.
I would not want anything to do with that double line until you've got these drivers lined up in their position, plus saving that little extra bit of fuel certainly helps out. So you got to think right now though, Michael, you got guys that are kind of separated out by about 2 truck lengths. You got one that's separated out by 1 truck length, then you got another gap starting to close in on the other. Trying to make a big move like that may slow you down too much, and that gap too tremendous here to be risking that kind of level of speed and drive here. So that is going to be taking control of what they need to watch out for.
Indeed, indeed. As right now, it looks like we have McKinney, Ratke, and Bab starting to just have a 3-truck line right now. A little bit of a gap between them, between 3rd and 4th place right now.
Yeah, Bab, Ratke, McKinney right now got to be feeling a little bit of that run and momentum that Darnell, Bobby Anderson, all of them are kind of kicking up. McKinney again trying to get another win in. Remember, he got last week in the books at New Hampshire, stealing away one from the drivers by just simply out racing and out maneuvering them. But now, with this level of field and this level of drive, the only thing you can do is just put the boots to the floorboard, the drive off, stabilize it down, and let this one sink in, because now you've got to work for every little bit of thing you got.
And Ratke right now, if I was Ratke, I'd be thinking about maybe getting some friends with me so I can try to get a win after last week not going his way last week. So Ratke is one of my ones to watch this week.
I think honestly I'm looking more towards around the Bobby Anderson camp. I know it's a little bit of a long shot, but think about this for a second. Bobby Anderson been winless this season. He's been trying to figure out how to get a little bit extra give, a little bit extra momentum. And he's got a guy that's as hungry as a 66 Corey Stahl. If I'm Anderson, I think I'm going to use that against these guys and use it up against themselves. Let them kind of come towards you and then just fire them down to the gap and then push from there.
Well, pretty soon we should start seeing everyone trying to go 2-3 wide here as we are at lap, as we are coming to 9 to go.
Nine to go, and now time running out. Every driver here knows what they must bring to the table. Everyone knows what they've got left on the track here. They only have themselves to fight and to go at it with.
Well, normally like what I've seen the last few finishes at Superspeedways, normally the way these ones finish with them wrecking either in the turns or wrecking in the tri-oval. As it looks like we have a lap on the field right now, running the highest line possible.
Yeah, right now I'm thinking kind of at this point here, I'm surprised they actually are staying as single filed as they are here at the moment. I think they probably are looking at lap 5 to go, with that being their jump to the front, their jump for the pace. But if they do, they know what will be in their way, which is absolute insanity and madness that will get them either put into the absolute top spot of their nature and their class, or it will end up destroying all they work for here.
And that's the risk you take when you try making a pass last second at Talladega or Daytona. Wrecking your car, but you're wrecking it trying to get the lead. Now, I'd rather wreck it at the end than wreck it early in the race, too. Wreck it going for the checkered flag, other than wrecking it under a green flag.
Kenny, Racky, Bab, Darnell, Anderson, still your top 5 here. No one swapping that out here, but they are running far further and further away at a time. Corey Stahl looks like he wants to be the first to initiate the jump up to the front. He's looking for contenders. He's looking for takers. Not getting much love, though. He's looking, though, and he is seemingly actually still able to hang on to somewhat of a speed limit there. So I think that could be just enough to kind of hang in there a bit.
By using the side draft technique, that's all he's really going to need. If he's going to be running by himself, we'll just have to use the side draft technique to get caught up. It looks like we got another taker in the lap car too, hoping he can maybe do something to try to help push him to the front.
Easier said than done. At this point, I just would be starting to count my speeds, count my drive, and see who can let me go and who will let me in, or wait until the extreme last minute. We're down to only 6 laps to go. Time is running out for these guys.
Time is running out. Time to make your move. Forget about fuel at this point. Forget about having any friends out there. What you need to worry about is finishing position. Trying to get up to the front. So as these drivers will be exiting turn 3 and 4, they'll be given the 5 lap to go signal.
With 5 laps to go, that will pretty much now kind of put my little theory into the testing shot, which is, will they go a little bit crazier? Will they go a little harder? They're running out of chances. They're running out of momentum. So if Racky or Bab jump the slightest bit ahead, they will be putting McKinney in a very, very tall spot with other drivers looking to kind of shoot for that move here.
It looks like we have Jason Brandt getting lapped as well now.
Brent, Sonaker, Reed, Oaks, they are all lapped down. And I'm pretty sure Oaks was, again, because of his little problem he has suffered through up in the pit stop there. Corey Stahl getting strapped in a little bit. He's got to shoot down. Vickery right in there with him, so he'll now use him as a bit of a shield here to try to see if he can jump it back up. 4 to go.
4 to go, indeed. And we're still single file. I'm surprised no one's made a move yet.
I think they might be a little too nervous, honestly.
After that big wreck, I'm kind of surprised they're staying single file after that big wreck. I wouldn't want to be the cause of the next big wreck.
I wouldn't want nothing to do with it being in the wreck to begin with.
Neither would I.
The only thing I focus on right now is just making sure that we just don't end up on the receiving end and the rest of them can take themselves out for all I care. That'd be what my car's thought is when I'm racing.
And it's looking like this might just be a 4-truck race right now, as we have the top 4 contenders just starting to pull away just a little bit.
That don't mean nothing around here. Remember, that's Talladega. Those trucks will shoot to those gaps and shoot to that air just a little bit if they so dare to do it. They will have no choice, though, to figure this out. If they have to figure it out now, they're going to need to make a move. Kahn looks like he's going to try it. Anderson is ahead. And he's going to get a good draft, a good push off, thanks to Kahn. The rattlesnake trying to bring the son of a digger number 11 with him.
Let's see if anybody tries to make a block here.
They'll stay low. McKinney right now watching on as a former driver of their stable. Now crossing over into New Plains. Looking to stabilize off with just 2 more to go. Anybody's guess here. They've got to make it through, though.
He's still got to make it through. 2 more laps. It's going to be getting interesting here.
I said we were looking for those big finishes at Talladega. Well, here you go, race fans. If they get it to the white flag, we're ending this race under checkers.
It's anyone's race. It can be anyone can win this race right now. All depends on where the wreck happens and who's in the lead at the time of the wreck.
If I'm Anderson right now, I'm thinking let Con stay behind me. Don't try to do anything too crazy, and especially watch out when you got company shooting through the gap on the outside in the middle. They just caught themselves a lot of run. McKinney pushing it right back. If Con can drag the brake a little bit, he might have some speed to push him through to the 11.
But the low line is still prevailing with McKinney still holding on to his slim lead.
White flag coming out, presented by the ButtKicker company. This is do or die for these drivers. No chances left. All push and shove. Get the run off. Con is trying to push the 11, but he's getting no speed back. The draft is too much dirty air, except for the corner off turn 2. He got a good run right out. McKinney's left all alone. McKinney and Racky pushing off, trying to get Bab to help out a little bit. 3 of them jumping for it all. But remember, like Bollinger said earlier, they gotta get it past the front straightaway. Bab's in trouble. The 99's on the ground. He'll shoot right up. Anderson, big run, coming through. Pottle on the outside. Can Anderson hold down the line? He's going to the bottom. They got him on the front straightaway. Bobby Anderson to the line. It's gonna win it.
That was a jaw-dropping moment for me on that final restart. It was looking like they were about to start crashing as the 99 of Bobby Anderson Wally Bab was getting spun there.
You know, I say this with a big smile and a big little eat grit. What kind of eat gritting face on my face right now, ladies and gentlemen. But Bobby Anderson, I literally just said a minute ago, don't count him out. Being in that top 5, he may make a move. He made a move. He got Con with him. Con gives him a little hand, and he forces it ahead. Another new winner added to the season. Anderson, after so long in the spotlight, just gotta be rejoicing this one a little bit. He is your ButtKicker 50 winner here at Talladega, ladies and gentlemen.
Congratulations to him in what I'd say, a great race today. It was a good one.
A long, intrepidous, tough, and incredible battle to the final end, and once again, Talladega does not disappoint to the finish line.
As it has never disappointed in the last few seasons.
Let's take a look at the
last
race
few
results.
races they've ran to.
Alright, well, let's take a look at the race results presented by the Green Door General Store. This is what it comes down to. Anderson makes the jump. Chantal Bottle, she'll finish 19 spots up, going second. Corey Stahl goes third. Robert Kahn, 4th. 5th, Jeffrey Vickery. Jeffrey Ratke, 6th. 7th to Jordan Darnell. 8th to Sean Long. 9th to Jason Henry. 10th to Shane Ledoux. And a absolutely chaotic end, finishing out with these drivers coming out through it all.
Indeed it was. And rounding out your field will be McKinney, Kratky, Babb, Warrens, Matthew Hotford, Dennis Warrens, Chris Littrell, Mike Rideout, Kevin Baker, Jason Britt, Dustin Schollnaker, Corey Reed, and Jeffrey Oakes.
We're going to talk with the drivers here in just a few short minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. We're going to hear from them all, and we'll see how they all felt about this one here on PTM Racing TV.
Pell Racing League Season 10 has been brought to you in part by our friends at the ButtKicker Company. Best in performance for feeling real tracks in the virtual world, the ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. By the Pit Stall Racing Series. With exciting action Monday and Thursday nights, this community is the best place to get your sim racing fix. By Redline Motorsports Media, everything we do is driven by you. By the Green Door General Store. There's no better place to get your custom Richardson hats, personalized shirts, koozies, and more with a quick turnaround time shipping all over the U.S. than the Green Door General Store. Visit us up on Facebook for specials and to place orders today. By FEGCustomPC.com. High quality PCs at such an affordable price, FEGCustomPC.com is the perfect site to get you the best PC at the right price. By Gainz Fitness Inc. By Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wrapz is looking to bring you the best designs in your library. By Shriver Twisted Creations, twisted mind, sweet design.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here live right now as we talk the top 3 drivers today. A little mid-live timing situation here we need to clarify. Currently, your third place finisher today is going to be the Throttle Chantel Pottle. Second would have been Con. Then Anderson for sure is the winner, but nevertheless, Pottle coming away third today here. 18 spots up. Long drive ahead for you today. How were you able to get past all the madness there in the mid-pack?
Just keep it clean, and when I pit, just have a clean pit stop, obviously, and just go from there.
Now I gotta ask, as we were coming, as we had that big wreck happen, what were you thinking when you saw that big wreck going on?
Not much really, because it was still early on in the race, so we still had a lot of laps to go.
Well, nevertheless, coming away third place today. You're in the ButtKicker 50. Is there anybody you want to thank you for this one?
Everyone at PTM Racing TV and all of our sponsors for the league.
Congratulations, Bottle, on taking home a podium today.
Thanks.
So the Throttle Chantel Bottle coming away third. Robert Kondo, push comes to shove, he'll take home second place here today. And Con, well, my, sir, did you have a long road ahead of you there? You managed, though, to pull it off and kind of pull a rabbit out of the hat there. That's crazy to believe.
Yeah, there was a lot of fuel mileage involved, so we were trying to save fuel at the end, and kind of planned it with 3 to go that we are going to make a move, and it worked. So that was pretty cool. I mean, we were trying to overcome about 6 cars that were like it all nose to tail, and we ended up making it work.
So when you were coming to go 3 wide, how many people were you hoping would maybe join you on that line to get a good run for the lead?
Anytime you get 3 wide, you get a little nervous because you don't know if everyone's going to hold their line, especially towards the end. So, my hope was just to keep pushing Bobby, and then whatever happened at the end, I know I'd slide across the line and at least a top 10. So, just one of those things. You just hold it to the floor and hope for the best, you know?
Well, yeah.
Indeed.
Well, you held it to the best, and you ended up taking down the rest in the second place spot. Who do you want to thank her for that?
Oh, geez, it's been a while since I've been up here. ButtKicker, General Store, Lightning Wrapz, everybody that's involved with us. I appreciate everyone who supports us. So, I look forward to next race.
There, Con. Congratulations, taking this one on home. Second place, sir.
Thank you, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Robert Kahn brings it home to second, but he hasn't been to victory lane in a while, and this guy certainly hasn't either. Bobby Anderson, ladies and gentlemen, finally gets himself one here, and Bobby, oh boy, sir, you got to be really excited about this win here in Talladega today.
Oh, yeah, I got white knuckles and come home with that W tonight. It's stress tonight.
Stress indeed. Now, as you were coming, as you noticed that everyone else was starting to go 2 and 3 wide, getting ready to come to the finish, when were you thinking to join the fun and make a push for the lead?
Whenever it comes down to the last 3 laps, you want that second line. I love having that second line to be able to hold the white line right there, hold that first groove down. You can get a run off of 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 the last 3 laps, and you can usually edge them out if you have some people behind you drafting. And luckily tonight we did have 5, 6, 7, 8 cars behind us and helped us push us up to the win tonight.
Congratulations on your win. Anyone you would like to thank tonight?
I want to thank 213 Simware, Car Inside, my sponsors, my son, driving the son of a digger for him every race, got it put in victory lane for him. Gainz Fitness, ButtKicker, you guys for the broadcast, Pit Stall, just everybody in general. My friends and boys over at JBR, Kyle Wimble and them guys over there, they watched the broadcast and stuff tonight, so hopefully they like what they saw.
I think it's safe to say they did, sir. Congratulations winning the ButtKicker 50 here in Talladega.
Thank you.
Bob Harrison, ladies and gentlemen, taking it home. Michael, final thoughts for this one?
Just in shock on that finish. And as was mentioned before at the start of the broadcast, this is not just a race. This is Talladega. And you guys saw why earlier today at that big one that we had earlier in the race.
The big one struck, but the rest came crumbling down with them. And at the end of the day, those that managed to get out of it will come forth with a story to tell. A big drive to the line at the end certainly seals the fate for many, but Bobby Anderson finally gets one home here today. Congratulations to him. Thanks again to our friends at the ButtKicker at the Pit Stall Racing Series, Redline Motorsports Media, the Green Door General Store, FEGCustomPC.com, Gainz Fitness Incorporated, Lightning Wrapz, and of course, Shriver, Twisted Creations, for all their support, and you fans out there for always being wonderful to us and too kind. We appreciate your support. Without you and the drivers, we couldn't do it. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next time when the green flag flies.